y'all, I'm Alyssa.
And I'm Alyssa.
We're your buttons babes, and this week we are going to be pushing that X button. So,
maybe not the button you're thinking when you think you're ex, though. So
yes,
bear with us for a minute.
We are discussing whether or not you can be friends with your exes, or like what is that healthy level of keeping exes in your lives? Because I've heard so many different stories. I was trying to think. I was like, yo, I am not friends with any of my
exes.
No.
Okay, so are you open to being friends with your exes? Or like just in your life specifically, that's just not what's happening?
Right.
So
Oh,
far?
I'm so open to being friends with my exes. I have tried to be friends with them in some capacity. Some it's just like, no, the blood is too bad and they're crazy, or I was crazy, and it just doesn't anytime that I have endeavored being friends with exes, majority of them just don't understand what that means or understand boundaries, and it's like, nah, bruh,
Friends means friends. Friends doesn't mean we're together, but like not together.
Right,
Like,
we are not friends with benefits, or I'm trying to think, actually, I take this back. Wait, are we considering friends with benefits exes as well? If you're not,
I mean, yeah, because that's really what I'm. Yeah.
I forgot Alyssa was hardcore about that whole life. And damn. Okay. Yes.
I mean, I think anyone that you've been intimate with,
fair,
potentially is what I'm considering here as ex. But like, it depends if you want to be specific.
No. That's like you had some type of relationship with someone, and they are no longer in your life. Anyway, I have observed the women that I've been with in my life, I am still friends with, and I was like, that is interesting.
That is very interesting. Okay.
We have been able to like separate and still be around each other, even sending like thoughtful messages that don't cross that line and be like, hey, I was thinking about you, hope you're doing well, or like we've seen each other out in public and it's been nice. Like with the females in my life, there's always been like this like, oh my God, hi. Okay.
Like kind of like that like childhood crushy,
yes.
Like, or I mean,
and it's not awkward, but it's like, oh, we were a thing, that was a thing. No, let me stay in my lane, and we can be friends. I can do this. The men in my life, not so much. We might have to, push that a little bit further. Mama, like you are.
Yeah, I mean, most people that I've been naked and intimate with, for sure. Like most are like I'm not friends with many of them, but like it's not like I have no bad blood with most people. But the few dudes that I've actually dated seriously, yes, I'm friends with all of them. Most of them. I think there's like one, like my high school boyfriend. Because yes, I do count high school as a serious relationship.
That's fair, because
otherwise
some of them lasted like, yeah, anyway, yes, they count.
But like, I mean, some of them have kids now, and I like don't really check in on their kids, but I like see, and I'm like, good for you. You have the life you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, one of my most recent ex, like, yeah, we catch up once in a while, and I was for sure crazy. So, like, I mean, he is great of, like, getting over that and being able to separate, like how
who
that
you are
was.
as a partner versus, like, as a person, friend, trying to be a decent human.
Yeah. And so, like, I mean, yeah, we catch up every once in a while. It's never, like, dinner or, like, that kind of thing. But if anyone's in town, like, they for sure, like, we get dinner and hang. But, like, my family has always been that way. So when we would break up with someone, like, my mom, first
I remember
of all,
you.
Lori gets attached, okay? If you have met my mother one time, she will remember your name, your favorite fucking cookie. If you, like, just...
Lori loves you.
She loves you, but it's, like, immediate. And I'm always like, Mom, like, yeah, we don't introduce people to Mom anymore because she's
people don't go home, like, people don't enter my life and meet my family as well. Like, it's very rare. If you did, like, props to you.
At this point, absolutely. She cried for every time I was like, I'm gonna break up with this boyfriend. She would cry. Okay, like serious, oh, this person is leaving our family kind of fucking tears. Okay, and I like, then she would continue talking to them, or like we siblings, we've talked to each other's exes, and it's like, it's just really accepted to like look at people for themselves and like be able to kind of separate history. It also might just be passive aggressiveness from the Midwest, like who knows?
Interesting.
But like, I don't know.
I'm over here. I'm like, as the exes run through my head and trying to be in friendships, but then also I was gonna ask if you've ever run into like conflict with like with current partners or partners about ex-partners, because a good chunk of why I wasn't friends with some of my exes is because of like a current partner that I was with, and the either the insecurity or the lack of trust, or it's like, but there's also that thought that floats around that it is damn near impossible for men and women to just be platonic friends, because people think, yo, no, everyone, like every dude's trying to get in your pants. I'm like, no, fuck you. Like,
it's like, yeah, one of my exes was not super chill with this, and like, I at that time was having dinner like quarterly with someone who would fly in, who happened to be there for like conference and stuff, and very like, he was getting engaged. His life was starting, so I was excited to like, you know, catch up. And my dude at that time was kind of like miffed, but he also like, he said it to me like, hey, this makes me feel some type of way. And I was like, okay, well, thanks for telling me, but like, also respectfully, like,
I'm still going to do me.
Unless you are like, at this point about this, like, I'm gonna keep doing this. And he was like, no, I'm not there. Like, I understand that, like, you want to, you know, whatever.
Very adult.
God bless him. He was the most fucking adult person that I had been with up to that point in my life, and I learned so much, which I found out I was crazy. Like, on a different level.
We've all been there. Sometimes still there.
But yeah, he was a great person to like have a lot of those like weird encounters with in relationships that you're like, this is miffy, and one like it could go good or
talked
bad.
about it.
Yeah. And now my current man friend,
love him. Shout out to Alyssa's houseboy Billy. Anyway,
he's pretty chill with it. He also like is friends and like talks to some of his exes.
Okay.
And like, sometimes I like joke about it, and sometimes I'm like, okay, like whatever, like.
Does it bother you?
Only one like kind of bothered me, like because of the situation. 'Cause it was not an actual ex. It was just like a date that like.
It's like oh, this could still go somewhere.
No, it just in how like. Their friend group is very interesting, and the like, they're all Eskimo siblings.
Yo, we gotta. Sorry. Side note: we're gonna push that button at some point, because I just, as I like go back and we look at this, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna write that one down. Yo,
note for all of you.
Yes,
tell us your Eskimo stories.
Yo,
but like so. Yeah, I have a lot of just things with that, and like I would joke about it a little bit, and he was like, I can tell from your joke that you're still a little sensitive about it. And I was like, you're right, but no, like I'm getting over it. This is how I'm like, this is how I'm getting over it.
It's fine. It's not fine, but I'll be fine.
I'm hella jealous. So, but like I also know that he is like fine. Like I have no issues with him being friends with any of his exes. And in terms of like meeting, like so far he hasn't raised an issue with like meeting any of mine, and I would not be some type of way about meeting any of his. Right now is like my thought, but it's not happened. So like I don't know. I don't think I've ever met an ex's like new person if we've like been in contact. So yeah, I don't know if that's like, if you have done that, how was it? Like good, bad, ugly, like.
Right? I'm like, you're clearly like, yo, it's possible, it happens, I'm in those situations.
But I also believe that you can have friends of the opposite gender, and like there's not, like, I understand that yes, sometimes there is a dude who's just in it because someday he thinks he's gonna cross that line.
Yep.
And like, you all suck. Dudes who do that. To be clear,
you all suck.
You dudes suck.
We want to be friends, but just like accept the friend zone.
I mean, just be friend. Like, yeah, it's just accept it. Like, I don't know.
Maybe
I want to be someone's friend.
Yo, does it come?
I mean,
again,
maybe.
A tangent. I'm like, button going this way. I'm like, Alyssa, come back here. Anyway.
But yeah, so I think it's possible. I also think it's possible to have friends that are like not gonna try to have sex with you, because I don't want to have sex with some of my dude friends, most of them. Like, I'm sorry. I mean, I don't know. That's why I have a boyfriend and I have friends. But yeah, I do think it's possible.
I do too. It's just something like, as we discussed, I haven't experienced or had, and then had to like, because of the current partner, and just be like, okay, no, well, if it makes you uncomfortable, I don't feel like fucking fighting about this. I'm not like, okay, great, they're not in my life, because to a certain degree, like, we are exes for a reason.
And I also
understand completely. So that's where your babes stand on being friends with exes. You should totally let us know by dropping your thoughts in the comments, and do not forget to like and subscribe. Yeah, that was, we're gonna say bye now. Okay, bye. I was like, is that it?